So one thing I'd like to see Ibrahim do is when he's kicking the ball, place it with his hands, number one, not with his feet, and to take enough steps back. I feel like he rushed it and ran, but it was a great kick, really good kick. But I think he could even make it even better if he ran all the way back and kicked it. I mean, here Ibrahim just does a phenomenal job taking that ball, being aggressive, using his speed, not rushing it, going around the keeper, and really just kicking that ball in the goal. Very, very well done. So here, Ibrahim stops the shot, dribbles to the side, does a great job. Then he finds himself in a group of three people. He looked down the line, he probably didn't see anybody, and he tried to kick it. I would suggest when he's in those positions where he's trapped and he really doesn't have any help, and he sees three orange shirts or three shirts from the other team, that he really just passes that out of bounds or kicks that out of bounds and gives his team enough time to get back and get behind the ball. So here Ibrahim is going to take a goal kick, and man, his kick is just really powerful, mashallah. Seriously, very, very good kick. So what he could improve on, and by the way, it was really number seven's fault for not going to the ball, but it is always good if he can wait until his team gets in position, um, and then take the goal kick. Um, I'm sure his teammates don't even know how to do that, but with the Eagles or whatever, if he's going to take a free kick, corner kick, even a goal kick, I don't think he'll be playing defense, but if he's going to be taking the goal kicks or any type of set plays, that he waits, takes his time, looks around, sees kind of where, the best place to put the ball in. Usually, on the sides of the field is always safer. If you can see or find someone open there, kind of give them a nice high ball to that player. That's usually the best sort of way to go about taking free kicks. So here we're going to talk a little bit about defense. And defense, you actually play in any position. Whether you're a forward, midfield, defender, you're going to play defense, and it's good to understand and know exactly how to defend and how to position yourself when defending. If Ibrahim, usually on any play that the other team has, a set play, whether it's a throw in, a kick, or whatever, every player should mark a man, and when you mark a man, you want to be goal side. What goal side means is your Ibrahim should be closer to his side of the goal. So if his goal is behind him, Ibrahim should have his back to the goal, and and an offensive player on the other team in front of him. So the offensive player should never be on Ibrahim's back and Ibrahim facing the ball. That's how you can see the ball, see the player at the same time, and honestly just defend much more effective. Otherwise, the other team could throw the ball over Ibrahim's head, goes to the player behind Ibrahim, and that guy can go towards goal that way. Now over here, we just see great defense from Ibrahim. Great step. He knows how to really read the game really well and anticipate where the offensive player is going and step up and steal it. So phenomenal job there. So here Ibrahim dribbles and is faced with three defenders. He's got a player on his team to the right, and then a player behind the three defenders in front of him. Really, he has no options here, because going at these three defenders, it's very clear that he's going to face challenges. The passing lane is not there for him to pass the ball to the guy in front of him, and the guy next to him is very close to him, so he really can't do much there as well. So in a moments like this where you see 3 people in front of you and not much help around, a more advanced thing to do, and this might be, it takes a little practice and matureness, but you wouldn't go forward on that play. You would turn around, look to the sides first. If there's a player on the wings that he can pass the ball to, that would be better, and if not, then he would actually pass it back to the defense to restart the attack again. So here he gets the ball, gets past this guy very nicely, and he found himself with some open space. Again, when he looks up front, what does he see? He sees 3 yellow shirts, a player very close to him, which is, that's the other player's fault, and then another player in the back closer to the goal, but he doesn't really have a passing option to him. It's really crowded. To get it to him, you got to cross 2 defenders to pass it to him, and it's very difficult to get that ball to him by trying to go through those defenders. The best thing in that situation to do was the player to the left that's kind of standing there. Be great if once he got past that defender nicely with his dribbling skills, would be to look to the left and pass the ball on the ground to that player, to then maybe have that player pass to the guy up front, because he'll have a much clearer passing option to that forward up top. Coaches with high soccer IQs will see that and realize that he has a different mindset in the soccer game versus just trying to go forward and attack, trying to get the ball up to the front as much as possible. When someone can slow the game down, turn, look at his options, and pass laterally versus going forward, it tells a lot about a player, and it's a player like that would stand out, believe it or not. While it doesn't look like it's such a amazing move, it's people who know soccer realize that that's very high IQ soccer knowledge or mentality, to not force yourself to go forward when you find yourself in a tough situation, and instead you pass the ball across the field next to a player that has the better option to pass the ball front. So again, he did a great job moving and getting that open space. It's taking it to the next level that I want to see him get to. So as I've seen all game, Ibraheem's anticipation and understanding of when to go and steal the ball from the other team is at a very high level. He took that ball, ran up with it, and got past 3 or 4 defenders with ease. The way he was dribbling was very smooth on his feet. That's very impressive, and I just have to say that he's got great understanding of when to go to the ball and when to sit back and wait as a defensive stance. So, very, very well done by him there. Sorry, I just have to say here, the fact that number 13 did not pass the ball to Ibraheem here is just unbelievable to me. I mean, wide open would have helped open up the game. Really bad move there. So here Ibraheem has a great steal, finds his way out of trouble very nicely, and I love that he switched the ball out of trouble to an open player on the side. Allows for this guy to get the ball, have an open field in front of him, and now can attack the defense.